all the Senate Democrats into voting against any CR that does pass the House and come to the Senate. And that's one of the reasons why I don't think we're going to see a shutdown on Friday.
It's a great point. Does Schumer really care, or is it a wink nod? All you base Democrats, vote no. You guys who have to, of course, vote yes. We're all good here. We'll pretend that we're mad at you, but we're not.
He understands the politics of this better than anyone else in the chamber. So absolutely. We've seen this, a shutdown, showdown, continue happen so many times. I'll be very surprised if it happens. But
he has an outside chance of being the majority leader next year, and so he doesn't want to do anything that might put one of those Democratic seats.
Which would, without question.
Right. Yes. All right, before we go to break, today in political history, a day I remember all too well. 20 years ago today, Matt Drudge breaking the biggest story of his career, that Newsweek had just killed a story by Michael Isikoff about President Clinton. It became a big deal.
CNN has confirmed that Whitewater counsel Kenneth Starr has been granted permission to expand his investigation.
There are new allegations of infidelity and perjury this morning against President Clinton.
The former White House intern in question is Monica Lewinsky, who eventually left the White House to work at the Pentagon.
If what the young lady said is true, Clinton lied to the country today. He suborned perjury.
Impeachment might very well be an option.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
We've been helping you prepare and invest for retirement since day one. Why would we leave now?
Because I'm retired now.
So, we're Voya. We stay with you to and through retirement.
With solutions to help provide income throughout.
So you'll still be here to help me make smart choices?
Well, with your finances, that is. We had nothing to do with that, tie.
Or the suit.
Or the shirt.
Voya, helping you to
and through
retirement.
What does the future of the internet hold? Is it high-speed bandwidth for a rancher and his business? Or accessibility for millions in developing countries? Is it a reliable connection on the morning commute? Or video conferencing from 30,000 feet? At Airborne Wireless Network, our technology is leading the way to make that a reality. What does the future hold? Maybe it's connectivity for all.
I'm a fighter. Always have been. When I found out I had age-related macular degeneration, AMD, I wanted to fight back. My doctor and I came up with a plan. It includes PreserVision.
Only PreserVision AREDS 2 has the exact nutrient formula recommended by the National Eye Institute to help reduce the risk of progression of moderate to advanced AMD, backed by 15 years of clinical studies.
That's why I fight. Because it's my vision, PreserVision.
Go. Go to work. Go to lunch. Go to the gym. But when it's time to relax, don't go anywhere. With Soothe, get a spa-quality massage at home in as little as an hour. Download now. Get $20 off your first massage with promo code HOME.
Hot flashes, moodiness, my weight. It's like the invasion of the body snatchers, except it's my body. Who do I have to know to get it back?
Only Estroven has a line of formulas to help safely stop hot flashes and more. Safe, trusted Estroven.
We're all getting older. There's no turning back the clock, right? But why should you have to leave your home because you can't get up the stairs?
Don't struggle on the stairs and risk a fall. Stair lifts were made to make your life easier and safer.
Acorn Stairlifts has been helping people stay in their homes for over 20 years, and they would be honored to help you too.
Acorn Stairlifts is America's #1 stairlift. Sit, relax, and ride up and down the stairs safely. Don't risk a dangerous fall or settle for living in just half your home.
If you're uncertain about staying in your own home, you owe it to yourself to call the number on your screen right now.
Don't wait until it's too late. Remove the risk of falling on the stairs. Call now for your free information kit, stairlift buying guide, and no obligation quote from Acorn Stairlifts. Call 1-800-814-9213 or visit acornstairlifts.com. That's 1-800-814-9213.
I've got plenty of time to work out, said no one ever. That's why we invented the Bowflex Max Trainer, the world's first 14-minute total body workout, combining the low-impact motion of an elliptical with the calorie-burning power of a stepper. Plus, right now, save over $550 with our best deal of the new year.
The Max Trainer kicked my butt. A lot of sweat. I lost 15.5 pounds in 10 weeks. It is the fastest workout I've ever done.
14 minutes is all it takes, and you feel that burn. I cut my body fat in half with the Max Trainer.
The Max Trainer's console guides you through 14 minutes of intervals, short bursts of effort followed by longer periods of rest, burning up to 2.5 times the calories of other workouts.
I worked half as long on the Max Trainer as other machines, and I got better results.
You feel it in your arms, your core, everywhere. Thanks to Max, I'm in the best shape of my life.
Call or go to ordermaxtrainer.com to learn about 18 months special financing and how to save over $550 with our best deal of the new year.
Welcome back. Lawmakers back at the starting line today, trying to piece together a stalled immigration deal. The odds looking more than a little grim. One senior Republican aide telling CNN, until President Trump decides what he really wants, nothing will move through Congress. Last night, a bipartisan group of lawmakers unveiled a narrow bill in the House, but neither leadership, Democrat nor Republican, or the White House has given it any modicum of support. And today we expect to see the details of a proposal from the so-called Gang of Six, led by Senators Lindsey Graham and Dick Durbin. It's that proposal that set off the big dust-up at the White House last week. Senate Majority Whip John Cornyn giving it what you might call quite a welcome, tweeting this: the Gang of Six deal to fix DACA will not get a vote in the House or the Senate because POTUS will not sign it. And that's actually pretty gentle. Listen here. Here's how Senator Tom Cotton approached that bill. Might as well roll it straight into the trash can. Kumbaya. Kumbaya on an issue in which almost everybody says they want a deal. I guess the big question is, will they ever get away from the point that they all want a deal, but they all want a different deal?
It's hard to imagine that they will, actually, especially in this midterm election year where both sides are, locked in. It's only been a week since that long meeting at the White House, that 55-minute meeting where it seemed like, wow, is the fever broken in Washington? Of course not. So now we're sort of back to status quo, how things are. But it is, at some point they are going to have to deal with this. I mean, March is going to be here fairly soon. So I'm not sure how it ends. I think it will be with presidential leadership. As Lindsey Graham said earlier this week, it's going to be incumbent on the president to not just talk about this, to bring both sides together. He's the only one who can control Tom Cotton, John Cornyn, and
you mentioned John Cornyn, the number twos, as they call them. John Cornyn in the Senate on the Republican side, Dick Durbin on the Democratic side, Steny Hoyer on the Democratic side in the House, Kevin McCarthy, the majority leader, Republican. They are meeting at this hour to discuss this yet again. Significantly, maybe, Mark Short, the White House Legislative Affairs Director, and the Chief of Staff, John Kelly, are in that meeting. So we will see if they can make any progress, or at least comparing notes. The one interesting thing today, we talk often about the discord, is the Chief of Staff did go up to Capitol Hill to sit down with the Democratic Hispanic Caucus. Latino members from the House side, liberals, Democrats, they want a DACA deal. They want it yesterday. The Chief of Staff has had tough relationships with them. A lot of positive words out of that meeting. Now, that doesn't mean they've struck a deal. That doesn't mean there's substantive compromise. But the only way you get compromise is to get people who don't like each other and don't trust each other to start talking to each other. Should we take that as a sign of progress?
Yeah, we heard that meeting actually went pretty well. At least that's what they're saying right now. The vulgar comments we heard last week regarding the president and comments he made about immigrants from Africa and Haiti, apparently the Democrats didn't even bring that up because they thought if they brought that up, the whole thing would implode and they wouldn't make any progress. Obviously, they didn't make any deals. Right now, Republican leadership is petrified to strike any sort of deal without President Trump. They say the president is the only one who has the political capital to actually strike this deal. And so the problem is the president is getting advice, totally different advice from Republicans. You have Tom Cotton in one ear and then Senator Lindsey Graham in the other ear who wants him to strike this deal now. Cotton wants him to take a hard line. It's going to really depend. I think there's going to have to be a moment. If a deal is going to come together, there's going to have to be a moment where Lindsey Graham gets him in a negotiating mood.
We all know the quicksand this causes in all of our politics, but especially in Republican politics. And it is fascinating. It was 1 week ago yesterday, the big Tuesday meeting. We saw 50 minutes of it, Democrats and Republicans. The president talked about an act of love. I'll take the heat. First, send me a DACA deal, then send me comprehensive immigration reform. Talk Radio and Fox News went crazy. And since then, the president has, listened to his attorney general last night, the president seemingly has moved back to the right.
What good does it do to bring in somebody who's illiterate in their own country, has no skills, and is going to struggle in our country and not be successful? That is not what a good nation should do, and we need to get away from it. A good debate needs to be happening this year. The president is right on the lottery. That's ridiculous. How absurd is that for a policy for a great nation?
It's not even so much what he says. The Attorney General's views are well known on this issue, but the fact that he is out there representing the administration and the White House doesn't say, oh, don't do that right now, that tells you that they're comfortable drifting right again.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's sensitive to the sounds from his base, and the fact is that, look, with the responsibility for shutdown, and that also comes the fact that Republicans are in the majority. They were elected on some of these promises, particularly Trump, and Democrats have to bring something to the table. And if that something looks nothing like even the many hundreds of miles of, wall they agreed to back in the good old Gang of 8 days, then yes, the base is going to revolt and Trump is going to feel that. That's part of doing this deal. I thought it's interesting, the part that came out of this meeting, that they did not use last week's talking points, which made him very vulnerable and made his job a lot harder and Republicans' job a lot harder to go after him, because I think that is perhaps the right way to get something done, because Trump does not want to lose this base. He needs a feint, at the very least, to border security, and Democrats have agreed to it in the past on principle during the Obama years.
But if Democrats can't get it during the spending deal, as the clock ticks toward the DACA deadline in March, but also to the November election, are Republicans going to get less likely to cut a deal they think is going to anger their base as we get closer to the election?
I think that's right. I guess part of what I'm a little bit perplexed by, to be honest with you, is there's a gang of 6, this Lindsey Graham, Jeff Flake, Cory Gardner, all pretty moderate. They agree with the Democrats on immigration a lot. It seems the gang should include Tom Cotton or Stephen Miller or people who, there's a split in the Republican Party in immigration policy, and we seem to have the people who are on the left of that are talking on TV, but the reality for a deal to happen, the people on the right of that have to almost have 3 parties here on this issue, and I'm not sure why the gang of 6 includes members who I can tell you Lindsey Graham does not speak for the Republicans on immigration at this point. It's sort of obvious.
An excellent point. If you really want a deal, you got to get
all
the voices in there so you can sell it, if you will. Up next, after frustrating congressional Democrats and Republicans investigating the Russia mess, Steve Bannon, get this, makes a deal to talk to the special counsel.
HelloFresh fits my schedule, it fits my budget, it fits my life.
Simple steps, fun, delicious ingredients pre-portioned out. When you're done, you have like a masterpiece.
Go to HelloFresh.com and use code TV30 to save $30 off your first box. HelloFresh, get cooking.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead, big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I looked at my options. Then I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it helps pick up some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs.
To me, relationships matter. I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So don't wait. Call now and request this free decision guide to help you better understand Medicare and which AARP Medicare supplement plan might be best for you. There's a wide range to choose from.
We love to travel, and there's so much more to see. So we found a plan that can travel with us anywhere in the country.
Join the millions of people who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP, an organization serving the needs of people 50 and over for generations. Remember, all Medicare supplement insurance plans help cover what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide and learn more about the kinds of plans that will be here for you now and down the road.
I have a lifetime of experience, so I know how important that is.
I take pictures of sunrises, but with my back pain, I couldn't sleep and get up in time. Then I found Aleve PM.
Aleve PM is the only one to combine a safe sleep aid plus the 12-hour pain-relieving strength of Aleve.
I'm back.
Aleve PM for a better AM.
Get the facts first.
He said there was no contact from Russia. Remember that?
Get to the truth.
The Democrats did nothing.
Beyond the spin.
Do you have any regret?
Holding their feet to the fire. Cuomo Prime Time. Tonight at 9. Only on CNN.
I won this 55-inch TV
for less than $30 on DealDash.com.
I got all this for less than $50 on DealDash.com.
These aren't actors, they're real people who got real savings at DealDash.com, the fair and honest bidding site. At DealDash.com, you can save up to 99%, but hurry, everything must go.
And shipping is always free.
Visit DealDash.com and start bidding today.
Money is like life. You have to decide how to get the most from it. And just like life, every decision affects every other decision. The trick is making good decisions today, so you're ready for tomorrow when it comes. So we made you some simple free tools that let you see how what you do today will affect your tomorrow. So you can make smart choices about how to spend your money and your life. Personal Capital. Get to know your money.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Closed captioning brought to you by Herpes NL. Do more for cold sores.
For a cold sore, I use Herpes NL. It penetrates deep to treat. It soothes, moisturizes, and creates an SPF 30 barrier to protect against flare-ups caused by the sun. Herpes NL.
Some important and fast-moving developments surrounding Stephen Bannon, the former White House chief strategist who's now been subpoenaed by special counsel Robert Mueller. Sources tell CNN Bannon has struck a deal with Mueller's team and will now be interviewed by prosecutors, that instead of testifying before a grand jury about possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. We are told by our sources Bannon will cooperate with the special counsel and is expected to speak openly. That would be in stark contrast to what we were told about yesterday's appearance Steve Bannon before the House Intelligence Committee. Lawmakers from both parties expressed frustration, slapped Bannon with their own subpoena after his attorney told Mr. Bannon not to answer certain questions about what happened during the transition. That, according to the ranking Democratic member of the committee, Adam Schiff. Republicans on that panel also mad.
I am frustrated whenever people assert privileges that do not exist. And I am really frustrated when witnesses have all the time in the world to talk to the media on and off the record, and they can help people write books, but they can't talk to the representatives that are elected by their fellow citizens. I mean, picture that. He's happy to tell an author about treasonous, unpatriotic acts, but he won't tell members of Congress when he's pressed on it. I'm not aware of any privilege that lets you pick and choose.
Set your partisanship aside for a moment. The gentleman has a point. Steve Bannon goes on the record in a book about certain things, doesn't want to tell Congress. Let's come back to Congress in a second, though. Yesterday, we were reporting the special counsel felt compelled to issue a subpoena for a witness. That's a big deal. Everybody else who's come in so far, at least according to those we know about, has come in voluntarily. Now Steve Bannon has negotiated that I'll come in voluntarily. I'll talk with you. What is the significance of Steve Bannon, who the president would say was only around for a little while during the campaign, didn't do all that much, was a big deal in the Trump general election, was a very big deal in the first 100 days of the Trump White House. What is the significance of Stephen Bannon going before the special counsel?
I think it's incredibly significant. The most important witness probably that we know about at this point. And he is, or at least he was, I guess, a member of the president.